The sound of a metal tray hitting the floor echoed through the packed mess hall at Fort Bragg. 200 pairs of eyes turned toward a small female recruit bent over, picking up scattered utensils. She stood maybe 5'4", thin in her stiff new uniform, brown hair pulled back in a regulation bun. But it wasn't her size that made everyone stare. It was the scars. They ran from her neck, down her right arm, long trails of pale pink and silver white, some thick as rope, others branching like tree roots. "Yo, check it out," a voice boomed from the corner table. Frankenstein's bride just joined the army. Laughter erupted. The girl, her name tag reading Reeves, didn't look up. She set the tray on the counter, hands trembling slightly. "Seriously, what happened? You lose a fight with a lawnmower." More laughter. Reeves took her tray and found a table in the far corner. Around the mess hall, conversations resumed. But glances kept sliding her way down at the corner table. Marcus Caldwell, 6'2" with a quarterback's build and a colonel's son, leaned back. "I give her 3 days before she drops out." David Park nodded. "Bet she's only here because of some diversity quota." Jessica Torres added, "Girl looks like she survived a blender accident. What makes anyone think she can handle combat?" Rodriguez pounded the table. $50 says she quits by Friday. Marcus stood. "Let's find out." He walked toward Reeves's table, his crew following. The mess hall quieted. Drill Sergeant Haynes watched but made no move to intervene. Marcus stopped in front of Reeves's table. "This section's for real soldiers, sweetheart." Reeves looked up for exactly 1 second. Her eyes were cold, clear blue, completely empty of emotion. Then she looked back down. David stepped forward. "He's talking to you." It's rude not to answer. Still nothing. "Maybe those scars go deeper than skin." JJ laughed. "Brain damage. Private Tommy Chun? Yo, leave her alone." Marcus wheeled on him. "You, her boyfriend? Both of you look like you need mommy to fight your battles." Tommy sat back down. Reeves set down her fork slowly, deliberately. She folded her napkin into a perfect square 4 corners, exactly 90 degrees. Military precision. Marcus leaned down. "Seriously, what's the story? We're all dying to know." Reeves stood, picked up her tray. She met his eyes. "Tomorrow. 600 shooting range." Marcus blinked. "What, you want to know if I belong here?" "Tomorrow, shooting range. 0600. A grin spread across Marcus's face. "All right, boys, spread the word. Tomorrow we get a show." Reeves walked past him toward the exit. Despite the mockery, her posture was perfect, shoulders back, head high. Private Sarah Mitchell, who'd been an EMT before enlisting, watched Reeves leave. She knew trauma when she saw it. Those scars didn't look like an accident. Drill Sergeant Tanaka entered and watched Reeves's retreating back. "You see something I don't?" Haynes asked. "Did you notice how she moved? That's not civilian bearing." The next morning arrived cold and misty. By 0550, over 30 recruits had gathered at the shooting range. Marcus and his crew arrived confident and laughing, no sign of Reeves. "Told you," Rodriguez crowed. She chickened out. "I'm here." The voice came from behind them. They spun. Reeves stood 10 feet away. Nobody had heard her approach. Corporal James, the range instructor, gestured to the weapon table. "Standard M for carbine. Load, aim, fire." On the table lay a disassembled M4. It was supposed to be assembled, but James had left it broken down a small test. Reeves's hands moved, fast, fluid, automatic. 12 seconds? The entire weapon assembled in 12 seconds. James's mouth fell open. "Hold up, do that again." Reeves broke down the weapon, then reassembled it. 18 seconds this time, eyes never looking down. A murmur ran through the recruits. "That wasn't beginner speed." "Range is live," James called. "Commence firing." Reeves brought the weapon up. Perfect stance. She fired 40 rounds in controlled pairs. When the magazine was empty, she safed the weapon and stepped back. James walked down range. When he pulled the target, his expression showed disbelief. 2-inch grouping, center mass. Every single round within a circle the size of a baseball. Perfect score. "Beginner's luck," Marcus said, confidence cracking. "Moving targets. Let's make this interesting." Sergeant Tanaka arrived as the moving target system was set up. She studied the target sheet. Perfect. The kind of perfect that came from hundreds of hours on the range. "Ready on the line," James called. "Targets will pop at random." Reeves took her position. First target popped at 30 meters left side. Reaction time under 0.8 seconds. Double tap. Target dropped. Pop. 45 meters right. She pivoted smooth. Double tap. Down. Pop. Pop. 2 targets. Different distances. She engaged near target, first textbook tactical priority. Both down in under 2 seconds. 15 targets. 15 hits. No misses. No hesitation. "That's not basic training shooting," Tanaka said quietly. "Those are combat reflexes." Marcus's jaw tightened. "Range is one thing. Let's see her in the pit, hand to hand." By 1400 hours, over 60 spectators surrounded the combat training pit. Reeves entered, removed her jacket. More scars became visible. Sarah whispered to Tommy, "Those aren't accident scars. That's shrapnel. I'd blast patterns." Marcus was already in the pit, shadowboxing. He had 60 pounds on Reeves and a wrestling background. "Beggin'?" Haynes called. Marcus lunged forward, going for a double-leg tackle. Reeves sidestepped. Minimal movement. He grabbed for her arm. She flowed out of the grip. He came in again. This time she moved inside his root elbow strike to the solar plexus. Knee to his thigh, targeting the nerve cluster. Marcus went down on one knee, gasping. 8 seconds. The crowd erupted. Haynes stared. "Where the hell did you learn that?" Reeves extended a hand to Marcus. Helped him up. Respectful. No gloating. "Okay, fine." JJ called out desperately. "She can fight. Doesn't mean she can think tactically. Tomorrow, tactical planning exercise." The next morning brought the tactical planning exercise. Captain Reynolds supervised. Teams of 5 would design a defensive perimeter, whether by coincidence or design. Reeves ended up grouped with Marcus, David, JJ, and Rodriguez. David immediately took charge. Standard patrol base setup. Machine gun here. Observation posts on these high points. It was textbook. Exactly what the field manual suggested. Reeves studied the map for 30 seconds. Then she pointed. "That ridgeline, it's a problem. It's 600 meters out." JJ dismissed. "Not with thermals. Not at night. High ground with thermal optics would give perfect overwatch of your entire position." David frowned. "How would you know about thermal capability?" Reeves ignored the question. "And this wadi looks safe, but it's a flash flood risk. Your escape route becomes a death trap," she continued, identifying vulnerabilities with surgical precision. Central ammunition cache, secondary explosion hazard. Loose sand in the depression vehicles would bog down. Captain Reynolds stopped at their table. "That analysis, where did you learn to think like that?" "Just makes sense, sir. Basic tactical principles." "No, that's special operations level analysis." His eyes narrowed. "You look familiar. Have we met before?" A pause, barely perceptible. "No sup." Reynolds held her gaze, clearly unconvinced. "Return to your team." That afternoon, the entire company assembled at the obstacle course. General Frank Morrison, a 2-star general, stood near the viewing platform. Marcus issued another challenge. "Beat my time on the O course, and we're done. But if you lose, you admit you don't belong here." Reeves nodded once. Marcus ran first. 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Excellent time. Reeves approached the start line, drew one deep breath. "Begin." She ran smooth and efficient. At the first wall, she pulled herself up one. The rope swing, she landed in a tactical roll. Balance beam crossed at near-on speed. At 6 minutes. She was ahead, then the cargo net. 30 feet of wet rope. She attacked it aggressively. 2/3 up, her foot slipped. She caught herself, but the stumble cost momentum. Her arms shook. Marcus saw his chance. "Choke, just like you'll choke in real combat." Reeves hung their arms, trembling. For the first time all week, uncertainty crossed her face. But she climbed, reached the top, started down. Marcus positioned himself at the bottom, blocking her path. "Too slow. You're done." Reeves dropped the last 6 feet. 8 minutes, 58 seconds. Marcus grabbed her shoulder hard, spinning her around. "Admit it." The sound of fabric tearing echoed across the field. Marcus's grip had caught the shoulder seam. The fabric tore, exposing the tattoo. Black ink. Professional military work. A skull with crossed rifles. Text above. Ghost 7. Text below. Nightfall, and underneath. Coordinates. 3 seconds of absolute silence. Then Private Diaz gasped. "Oh my God." General Morrison, 50 yards away, froze. His head snapped toward the obstacle course. His face went pale. He knew that insignia. Sergeant Tanaka's eyes went wide. No way. Marcus still gripped Reeves's shoulder, confused. What is it?" Morrison started walking. The crowd parted. He stopped 3 feet from Reeves, came to attention, raised his hand in the slowest, most deliberate salute of his career. "Staff Sergeant Maya Reeves, Ghost Unit 7, Operation Nightfall." His voice carried across the silent field. "Sole survivor, 14 Kia, 72 hours behind enemy lines. Silver Star for conspicuous gallantry, Purple Heart, Bronze Star with Valor device." The silence shattered into chaos. Marcus's hand dropped. He stumbled backward, face draining white. JJ covered her mouth, tears streaming. David's hand shook. "I recorded, I posted." "Oh God." Rodriguez collapsed to sitting, head in hands. Haynes snapped to attention. Saluted, face showing deep shame. Tanak saluted, tears streaming. "Ma'am, we didn't know." Tommy stared at his phone, reading aloud. Operation Nightfall, August 12, 2023. Ghost Unit 7 ambushed. Sustained combat for 9 hours. 14 killed in action. 1 survivor. Phones everywhere captured the moment. The viral footage crystallized. Morrison finally lowered his salute. "At ease. Why are you here?" Maya's voice was quiet. "Medical discharge after the mission, sir. PTSD diagnosis. 18 months recovery. Requested reinstatement. Regulations require requalification at basic training level." Morrison turned to Marcus and his crew, expression hardening. "Do you understand what you've been doing? This soldier lost 14 brothers and sisters, spent 3 days fighting for her life while wounded and alone, and you mocked her scars." Marcus tried to speak. No words came. He fell to his knees, tears streaming. I'm so sorry, JJ sobbed. We didn't know. That's exactly the point. Morrison cut her off. You didn't know, but you treated her with contempt anyway. Every scar you mocked represents a moment she could have died. Tanaka stepped forward. Sir, I ran her clearance check. It came back classified. Morrison nodded. Ghost unit operations are She couldn't have told you. He turned to Maya. You don't have to be here. I can make calls right now. Maya shook her head. I need to do this right. Prove I can still be a soldier, not just a survivor. Then finish your 8 weeks, but anyone gives you trouble, they answer to me. Thank you, sir. Your team would be proud. You survived. You kept fighting. Don't waste it. A single tear tracked down Maya's cheek. I hope so, sir. Morrison saluted again. It's an honor to serve in the same army as you. Welcome home. The next 4 weeks transformed everything. Maya became a teacher. Starting at 0500, she trained Marcus, JJ, David, Rodriguez, and others. She taught them CQB principles. Tactical movement, how to read terrain. In combat, you don't have time to think. She told them, your training has to be automatic. By week 6, the group functioned as a genuine team. Shared purpose erased old conflicts. Week 8 arrived. Final evaluations. Maya scored highest in company history across every metric. Marcus's group scored in the top 10%. Graduation day. Morrison returned to present awards. When he reached Maya, he paused. Staff Sergeant Maya Reeves, not only highest scores in company history, but also recipient of the Distinguished Graduate Award for Extraordinary Contribution to Unit Cohesion. Maya stepped forward, then gestured for Marcus, JJ, David, and Rodriguez to join her. These 4 made serious mistakes. Maya spoke. But they learned, they changed. Growth matters more than perfection. After the ceremony, Morrison pulled Maya aside. He handed her a case. An instructor badge. You've proven you have something invaluable to offer. Will you accept? Maya looked at the badge. Thought about the 18 months of hell. The question of whether she could ever be a soldier again? Yes, sir. Report Monday to the Advanced Combat Training Center. You'll teach special operations candidates. That night, Maya unpacked an instructor quarters. She placed a photo on her desk. Ghost Unit 7. 15 people smiling before deployment. She whispered names quietly, honoring each one. Her phone vibrated. Unknown number. Reeves. The voice was digitally masked. Ghost 7, secure line, active. We have a situation. The asset from Nightfall, he's alive. Claims he has evidence of what really happened. Who set you up? We need you. Maya's grip tightened. When and where? 0600 tomorrow. Helicopter pickup. I'll be there. For my team? Acknowledged. Stay safe. Maya set the phone down, stared at the photo of her team. She stood, walked to her closet, pulled out gear she hadn't touched in 18 months. Tomorrow would bring answers, or death. But she'd face it, standing, fighting, refusing to surrender. Some missions never end. Some soldiers never quit, and Maya Reeves's story was far from over.